Charles,
Yeah,
we meet at last.
sorry, we made it at last.
Yeah, how are you?
I mean, I'm super good. And yes, these are the Zoom waters, you need to navigate them. Sometimes you get lost a bit. And yeah, and that's what happens in the internet.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
All right.
So,
Well,
how are you keeping over there?
I'm great. Life is great here. I'm in Mexico right now. Mexican mountains have a beautiful lake view. Of my dog sitting next to me, and my team's doing pretty well too. Like, I mean, TopLeads is growing well. I have this podcast which I invited you to. Wanted to talk about your various life experiences here as a founder, and I think you dropped in your last email that you just handed the reins of a business that you built 5 years ago to lead new exciting projects in human and animal health. So that's definitely interesting. And I want to talk about that today. So like, would you be ready to start or had any questions
Yeah,
for me?
no, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's just roll with it. So tell me about, well, first introduce yourself. Tell us about your background, and then we'll jump with the new business thing here.
Okay. Um, I'm a little bit long in the tooth. I'm only a short distance away from 80. So I've had a kind of a sales and marketing career for just over 60 years.
Okay.
And it's been a lot of fun, very exciting to see the changes in society, to see the changes in technology.
Mhm.
But underpinning that all the way through is that basic art of salesmanship to make things happen.
Okay.
Yeah, which is really exciting.
Yep.
And it was only in my early 70s that I got involved in this particular business.
Okay.
Being a heavy smoker, I was diagnosed with lung disease.
Okay.
And I spent many years developing measurement programs,
Mhm.
programs that would measure my condition,
Mhm.
because I felt that I felt a little bit like a tin of peas in the production line when I was being treated by the health services. I didn't feel that it was personal. I didn't feel as if they really understood what was going on with me.
Okay.
So I set about changing that and learning about lung disease and my particular condition.
Mhm.
I collaborated with a friend who's a technical expert, and we developed some very, very sophisticated software,
Okay.
principally aimed at helping people with lung disease manage and challenge their condition. But it so happened that that technology also matched the requirements of people building lateral flow tests.
Okay.
And the current business over the last 4 or 5
What is
years.
lateral flow?
Well, of course, lateral flow now is very much the vogue with things like COVID testing.
Yeah.
It's a method of testing and diagnosing disease in a very fast, accurate way.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we've had a good time. The company's grown. We've now got just over 30 people there. We've got a substantial lead in the marketplace with our technology.
Mm.
But the time has come, as I say, I'm very close to 80, when it was time to hand over to the kids.
Okay. Well, they
And,
seem to have doing a pretty good job with like the website. It looks beautiful.
it's coming on, yeah, it's coming on. And I appointed a couple of big hitters, a new CEO. And at the moment, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself, Charles, as a kind of a wandering ambassador. Yeah.
That's
For the
pretty
company.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty good story. That is really interesting. We'll definitely talk about the testing side of things. But when you say step away, like, did you give full ownership of the business, or do you still have shares? Do you still add value directly? Do you still walk in the office and have veto power over things, or did you fully gave it away?
Yeah, interesting question. A little bit of each, Charles. I do keep close to the office. I'm involved in the senior decision-making process, but there's no point passing the company over to talented people if you're there on top making the decisions for them. Yeah, and
Indeed.
so I talented people now run the business and drive it forward. I've done 5 years with a company. They're going to do the next 5 years and drive the company up to several hundred million in valuation. Yeah,
Pretty exciting.
yeah.
I want to talk like lateral flow testing, just to come back to that. Like, does that mean, like, is it the Colton thing that you put in your nose and analyze? What does it means precisely?
Okay. The technology was developed it was originally used or principally used as a pregnancy test measurement device.
Okay.
They got a little cassette like so, and there was a little drop of urine put onto that test, and that would indicate whether or not a lady was pregnant. Well, that technology has come on leaps and bounds. It's the difference between a pedal cycle and a BMW. The technology is very, very advanced, but that process now is being used for HIV, for sepsis, for strep throat, and of course for COVID, as almost everybody in the world knows these days, with that test and that little strip where you put the sample.
Okay.
But,
So it's a thing you have to pee on, right? Or like it's a saliva test also, I guess, like both can be done.
yeah, lateral flow can be urine, it can be saliva, it can be breath.
Okay.
Yeah, but the lateral flow really indicates that little